What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unborn podcast. I am your host, Nestor, aka Next Level OC. If you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and follow me on that IG. And today, I am with one of your bestest here in Orange County when it comes to sounds, when it comes to craft, when it comes to pretty much any audio engineering. I got the best right here in Orange County. Today, I'm with Mixed by Lalo.
Luke's.
Hey, what's up,
appreciate you
Lalo?
having me, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, for those that don't know, Lalo, go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy.
Well, I'm pretty much an audio engineer. I've
you
been
go.
creating, I got into production lately. I've worked with, different camps, like Trippie Red's camp out in Hollywood.
Shout out to Trippie Bread.
Yeah, Trippie Red's camp. I worked with Vinny West heavily. I worked with Nolik. Nolik, shout out to Nolik.
Shout out to
One
Nolik.
of the hardest producers out right now. He actually showed me a couple things, and it has to do with production, so it's pretty cool with 808s, because I was always really bad with 808s. So he put me onto 808s for real. But to be honest, defining me is very difficult, because I feel like everyone has the different phases in life,
Yeah.
you know? So I guess at this point, it's someone that's just trying to find a newer sound, a better sound.
Yeah.
And also lately, I've been more trying to fall in love type vibe. So
Shout out to all the lovers out there for sure. Well, thank you for being on the show, bro. I
no,
appreciate
thank you for
it,
having
man.
me for real,
Yeah,
bro. It
absolutely,
means a
man.
lot. Thanks.
So let's get right into it, man. So, Lalo, man, how did you end up being an engineer, bro, or a producer? What got you in that mindset, bro? What was that day when you were like, you know what, this is something that I want to do, and this is something that is gonna take me somewhere? How
Yeah.
did that come about, bro?
Well, at first, it wasn't a professional thing in my head. It was I just wanted to do it for fun, right? So I would say that mixtape by a kid named Cuddy. I don't know. Do you know who Kid Cudi is?
Kid Cudi, yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
So
Yeah.
he made this one mixtape I really love, bro. It has he has this mindset where he does a movie. He does skits and he doesn't just go straight just song.
I got
He
you.
has it by capitals and chapters, and I thought it was interesting. So I
okay.
was he also says couple of motivating quotes in there that made me feel damn, I think I could do this too, you know? So I was I got interested in making music, and that's how I started, just for fun though. And then at professional level, it started, honestly, when I opened up my studio right here in Santa Ana, little boom room. And that's when I really started seeing hey, I could actually do this for a living. So I was still working at bodegas, warehouses around here,
Yeah.
in Irvine. I was a paleteria spot, you know? So it was a roto, you know?
Yeah.
You're putting the ice creams here, you put them into the box, you pack them up, ship them out type
Yeah.
shit. And then eventually, bro, music took over. I couldn't show up on time at work because I was up in the studio late night. And then that's when I knew I gotta quit. I gotta quit my day job and just go all in with music. So March 23rd, 2019 is when I quit my day job.
And then what was that instrument, bro, or tool that you started with, bro? Was it a program, bro? Was it a piano? Was it an instrument? What was it that you were hands-on where you're yeah, this is gonna be it for me?
Well, it started with instruments, cause you gotta start with something to get the sound out.
Yeah.
But I was really bad at the guitar. I tried to pick up the guitar. I was really bad at it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gave it to my brother. He got down. He went crazy on it. It was natural for him. For me, it wasn't, you know? So then, I was man, but I love music. What do I do? You feel me? What's my
Yeah.
calling? What do I have to... And then, bro, little by little, I just, my brother was living in Arizona at the time, and I was over here in Cali. And then he was hey, bro, I recorded this off my, phone or whatever. And then he sent me, an audio. And then I was can you do something with it? And I was well, let me figure something out. Literally,
Yeah.
Google. I downloaded Reaper.
Yeah.
Reaper is it was free at the time. Reaper, a little interface that was what, $20. It was cheap, bro. You connect it to a mic, it just sounded all nasty, you know? It was, but it did something, you know?
Yeah.
It started moving things in my mind with music and audio. I was okay, that's cool. Me and my brother could connect from miles away, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He doesn't have to be right here for me to feel I have my bro, you know? Because it's just me and him. And so he was over there, and we're 2 years apart, so, we relate a lot. And so, yeah, that's how I got connected with the music like that, with my family, with my brother, you know?
Yeah.
But it started with the guitar, and then it went to programs. And then I figured out programs is just something I learned. I got down real quick. I learned it fast, and I was okay, I got something here. So I just kept learning YouTube. It started with YouTube. Yeah.
So I know that you talked about your brother, bro, and so because you said that he was the oldest one, right?
No, he's younger than me. 2
Oh,
years.
he's
Yeah,
2
we're
years.
2 years apart. Yeah, we're 2
Gotcha.
years apart.
But so he picked up the guitar, bro, and then pretty much he just went up to you and you're hey, what can you kind of come up with the sound that I make.
Yeah, he's like, he pretty much kept me in the loop because he was active with the guitar and I wasn't active no more because I couldn't play the guitar. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know?
Yeah.
Then I found that I could play the piano a little bit. So that's when like, cause my brother's very open-minded about, he's like a crazy musician, guitar, accordion, saxophone, piano. Like he really figured that bass, drums. And then me as like being his brother, you know, it's like, damn, like I want to be part of that world too. You feel me? So, but I was on the production side. You know, I wasn't much of a musician. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do have that ear. Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, I do got something. So that's when I literally found that role, and I just kept going with it. You know, going with it. Before you know it, I'm in Santana with my little boom room studio, and you know, like really getting some cool clients and making some cool music. You know, like. So yeah, it's like honestly, it just happened. Like I just went with the flow. Nothing was pressured. Everything was just a flow, natural. You know? I
got you.
And yeah, I'm happy.
Goddamn. Well, shout out to the brother.
Yeah, shout out Caesar.
¿Dónde estás?
Shout out Osiris. Love you, bro.
So second question for you, my guy.
Yeah.
What is the most difficult thing about your profession that you may say, bro? Like it could be through clients, bro. It could be through like the programs that you learn, or what would you say is the most difficult thing about your profession, bro?
You know what? I actually want to X out saying clients. Like, I don't want to use that word. I want to say artists. Yeah, my artists. Yeah. So scratch that. Like, my fault for that. Because, yeah, I do want to say my artists. You know, like, that just slipped out different. But, yeah, no, artists is kind of how I want to, like, see my peoples because I feel like I don't want them to feel like clients, you know? Like, I want them to feel like they're in a spot where they could, like, be an artist and feel like they're not pressured to, like, oh, he's just here for the bread. Like, no.
I got
like,
you.
bro, I'm trying to make something fire, you know, with you. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, scratch what I said on that. But can you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, man. Like, what is the most difficult thing about your profession, bro? Like being an audio engineer, what would you say?
The most interesting.
Well, the most difficult.
The most difficult.
Yeah.
I would say like sometimes it's writer's block. Like when someone's stuck on a spot in a song, like because you know a lot of artists nowadays they like to make things on the fly, on the vibe, like in the spot. You know what I mean? In a session. And I honestly respect it. I love it because I also like to be spontaneous. I like to come out with things off the rip. So what I was thinking when we get stuck on those spots, we're like, damn, I try to help them out, try to think about a melody. Yeah. Like sometimes I'll be on the mic, like, talk back, I'll be like, like, even trying to get a melody, like, hey, what do you think about, like, I sound probably dumb, you know, like, but we vibe, like, you know, we vibe. Not everyone's the same, you know, everyone has a different way of their work in the studio, so you got to know your place, too, as an engineer. You can't step on someone's vibe too much, because they're trying to do their thing, they're trying to let out, they're trying to express themselves, so you can't control too much of the session, but you definitely got to be in the session, you know? So I think writer's block is probably the hardest, I think, is when we get stuck on one part and we can't progress to the next part. But once we catch that flow, then we're like, boom, we're going, you know what I mean?
I got you, man. So, I don't know if you get this question a lot, bro, but did any of, like, your family, bro, or friends, like, the moment that you realized, like, with your brother, bro, that you wanted to do, like, the behind the scenes and all that stuff, did you have friends and family support you, bro? Like, how was that vibe, bro? Were they like, grow up and get a regular job? Or you're like, nah, like, this is something I want to do. I want you guys to support me. How was that, bro?
Simon, so my pops has always been a risk taker in his life. So my pops understood what, like, my mission statement was. Yeah. But he was still kind of confused about it because him coming from Mexico, he was like, wait, so you could make music? And like he works from construction. He comes from a family of construction, like drywall and adding mud and all that stuff, you know?
Shout out to the solid workers for sure,
yeah, bro. No, I actually worked with him for a little bit when I was trying to get myself right. And it was interesting work, to be honest. Like how you see things without the walls, like the drywall, right? It's just you just see the studs and then you just build it up. Like you're doing shapes and geometry. So it was a pretty cool hustle. But besides that, returning to your question, my pops was always a risk taker, so he understood the lifestyle. He's like, okay, I see what he's trying to do, but do it right. My mom's, she was like, I don't know, mijo, estudia, like, you know, like, go to school, like, like, I don't know, like, you know, she was never too negative, like, where she was like, nah, you can't do it, like, you know, never like that. So to me, it was fine, like, it didn't bother me, like, I felt like it could be worse, you know, they could be like, nah, fuck that, music is like, like the devil or some shit, you know?
No, I got you.
You know, so I was like, so I had some support in my head, you know? Friends, not as much, but to be honest, I never really thought that friends should support you like that because friends in your circle that are also going through it, the emotions coming from the same city, they got their struggles as well, you know, like when they're trying to see like, oh, you're doing music, but I'm over here in another place, like how are they gonna feel, you know? It's like pretty straightforward. So I never felt some type of way about friends having to support me. Never. You know, I was like, there's a whole world out there that can support you, that don't have to be your friends. They just want to look up to you for what you do, or they appreciate your work, you know, so, or they can relate because they want to do it too. So it's all right. Like,
So you know what? Yeah. That just leads on to another question, bro. Like, okay, you talked about friends, bro, and you were like, they shouldn't support you that way. Was it easy for you, bro, to, like, I guess, cut off those people, bro? Because me myself, bro, like, if I learn, like, if people are not in the same mindset as me, they're not in the same level, it's easy for me to cut them off, bro. Would you say something like it was easy because they didn't support your dream, bro, or how would you describe that?
it wasn't easy only because I feel like I had a lot of people that did want to make music at that time, you know? It's just that my mission was a little different from theirs, you know? So, like, it's just creative differences. Like,
there you go. Creative differences.
Yeah, and I felt like it was difficult for me to cut off, but I knew I needed to do it so I could grow myself as an individual, you know? So that's when I found a different side of me that no one else could find for me, you know? Not my family, not my friends, not anybody. It's kind of a journey you have to take on your own to, like, really find out what you're capable of, literally, you know? Like, what can you do with your name and what you have behind only you, you know? From since you were born to now. The information you gained, like, experiences, you know, like, friendships you lost, like, things like that, you know? It all adds up to making you who you are, and that's pretty much how I felt like it brought me to this, leading to this point, you know, of my career.
Perfect. So, yeah. No, I got you, bro. Yeah. And you know what? This leads on to a great question, bro. So, what were some downfalls, bro, that you can experience? Like, obviously, into the profession, bro, that you're in. Like, obviously, you had to learn new tools, bro. You had to learn all this new shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, what were some part of your moments, bro, where you're just like, man, do I really want to do this, bro? Like, I don't even know this program. This shit doesn't even upload. Like, what were some downfalls, bro, like, that you can share with the audience?
To be honest, the programs have never been an issue for me. It was experiences with people that are deeper in the game.
I got you.
So we're gonna get into Hollywood vibes now.
Okay,
so
bet.
The moment when I got into like Hollywood, like I got put into a position where it was with Trippie Redd's camp over there in well, I'm not gonna say any names, but it was in a studio out there in North Hollywood. And right there, I met some people that just wanted to suck you dry. Like, just want to bleed you out, want to just take that innocence that you have about this music game, like that fire, and try to just take you out, you know, like just literally destroy you, you know, because they see the fire in you, they see you're hungry, they see you want it, they just want to use that. They're like, oh, let's bleed them. And that's when I was like, is this literally how the game is? Like, is this what I'm signing up for? Like, this is not what I want. But I pushed through it because I was like, wait, nah, it's just smoke, you know? Like, I had to get past it. And then that's when I found out you got to build yourself up. Yeah. You got to build your name up, your brand up. Everything. You got to do your thing. Yeah. And then the people will come and they fuck with you, you know? Like, they'll rock with you because you're 100% authentic. You really believe in what you do. You do quality work, so then the people will come naturally, you know? Like, that's why I was like, what am I doing in Hollywood? What am I chasing? Who I'm trying to look for? Like, what is it that I want from this, you know? And that's when I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to take off, do my thing, and enjoy my, like, what I built my own self, you know what I mean? No, like, it was an experience I had to have, you know? And so I left and I came back and built myself up, you know? Again, I started from, it wasn't ground zero, but I definitely, like, picked up where I left off, you know? Like, it did put me back a couple months, you know? But not enough because I knew, I was like, no, I'm not going to be here for a whole year. It was wasting my time, yeah? So that was one part. And then another part was another experience. It was a private investor now.
Oh, shit.
So I went from they weren't a label, but they were trying to be a label, right? Like, it was just a prestige studio.
Okay.
And then it came to a private investor. So I have heard, like, I've read or got, like, investigated about private investors, bro, is a way to go better than signing a deal with a label, you know? Okay. So private investors is, if they're solid, yeah? Because they're connected with people that you don't know, and they, like, put you in game behind the scenes so you don't have to go through the bullshit. Yeah. You know, you go backstage and you're set, you know what I mean?
So private investors is what they're called?
Private investors, yeah, because these cats, they have crazy businesses, crazy connections that they start talking to other people and connected to other people that have bread to push behind you, to put behind you then. Like your brand, your name, whatever, you know, artists, engineers, creatives, pretty much, you know? So I was there for some time. It was actually right here in Newport Coast. he had a cool little spot. We're trying to build a studio there and everything. It didn't go work out well.
Would you say it was just would you say earlier, bro? It was just creative differences.
At that point, it was drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
Oh shit,
It was
bro.
like, yeah, you're
Okay,
not on the same mentality as me
I
because to
got you.
me, it's not that. You know, like to me, it's like I want to be a professional. Like I
Yeah,
want to be a creative that like goes a distance. You know, like I don't want to go fast and crash. You know, I'm fine with building up and getting momentum and getting my rhythm and
yeah.
getting like, you know what I mean, building up my name slowly but surely and being established. You know, like I'm not the type that let me just run to this motherfucker and just crash and burn. You know, it's not really my vibe, not my style.
Man, you know what, bro? Because there's some common people that we know, bro. You know what I mean? And I've interviewed those people already, bro. And there's one thing that I do question them on, bro. I don't know if you want to touch on that topic, bro. Like,
I'm down for
so,
whatever. Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
so
Yeah.
I know in the industry, right? You just talked about it yourself. It was sex, you know, drugs and all
Rock
this
and
shit,
roll.
bro. So we know that the music industry is kind of, how do we say it, bro? Like, I guess it can go dark if we really
It goes
wanted to,
dark real
bro.
fast.
Cause I know that there's some youngsters out there, bro, that you know they think that going into this industry, bro, is like, you know, all you gotta do is make music, blah 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 blah, but they don't really know the behind the scenes type.
Yeah.
So I know that you talked about it a little bit, bro. But what was like an experience, or what was that experience? I know you already said it, maybe, that you were like, you know what, this doesn't go with like my morals, bro. Like I'm not trying to follow that. Like, what was an experience that you're like, man, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna get my own shit and start that.
Yeah, well, it was pretty much like with private investor and that label. I just like there's nothing wrong. Like everyone has their own experience in this
Yeah.
career. You know, like everyone's gonna have a different story because everyone has their unique sound that they have that makes them them. You know, but for me personally, like, excuse me, having to go to that studio that was a prestige studio and having experienced that, and then going to a private investor that they promise you all these things. They're telling you like, hey, like it's all rainbows and butterflies type shit,
Exactly.
and it's like,
Exactly.
it's like to me, I'm very suspicious about things,
Yeah.
but not too much because I like to be open minded as well. So it's like a balance, yeah. And from those experiences alone, it made me feel like, nah, I need to focus on me, like on my stuff, you know. So that's why you seen it. I have my shorts, I have my boomsticks, I have
Yeah.
my studio. Like everything's branded, you know, like little boom room boomsticks. Like
Exactly.
everything has its thing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
So like that's why everyone has to have their experience as well. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say. So for everyone who is like going down this path, be open, but just be careful because like people are gonna try to bleed you, you know, like it's a dog eat dog world type thing, you know, and so like you don't have to be the bigger dog, but you got to be the smarter dog, you know, like
Shit. I mean, you said it. You said it perfectly well, bro. Because so I'm just gonna ask you, bro. Like, hypothetically speaking, right? If there was a producer, bro, or a label out there, bro, that reached out to you, bro, and it's
yeah,
like, hey, Lalo, you know what? We love your craft. We like your work, bro.
yeah.
Like, we want to sign you, bro. Or will you just go independent, bro? Keep doing your own shit. Like, what is your view on that, bro? Would you rather be signed, or do you want to be independent?
I'll do both. So what I will do is a contract. So what I will do on that contract, I'll be like, yeah, I'm down to work under you guys' label for sure. With the space of letting me do my thing. So that's actually a contract that I was gonna do with the private investor. He was like, I just want to do 6 months. He's like, you're crazy. Like, I'm like, he's like 5 years. I'm like, you're crazy. I can't do 5 years. The most I do is 1 year. So in the 1 year, the plan was that he was gonna give me 30 hours a week,
Okay.
30 hours
That's
a
not
week.
bad, bro.
Not bad.
That's
Yeah.
almost a full-time job.
Yeah, exactly. And he's gonna give me my space to do my thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It all crashed and burned. It didn't work out because he was trying to sign me tied up with an artist. So it was like he wasn't trying to get me as an individual. He was trying to tie me up with an artist. So it's like, bro, like stop trying to tie me up. Like I'm trying to be individual, you know. So when it comes to that, it's like if I were ever to sign, it would be a contract where yeah, I'm down to put my time in. Like yeah, you need 40 hours a week. Cool, I'll be there. But the other 40, you know, like, cause I'm down to work like 60, 80 hours a week, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm down
If
to
necessary, of
if
course.
necessary, yeah, like I'm with it, you know, like so. Say they wanted 40 hours or 30, whatever. The rest, it's up to me. I could do whatever I want in my studio, connect with other artists, do my thing. If they were telling me like, no, you can only work with us, I can't do that. I don't think I could do that. I can't. I don't think. Nah. I need to have some type of leeway to like have a little bit of control of my life. You know, I can't have someone controlling every single second of my life.
I
Like
got you.
telling me where I have to be, what I
Yeah.
gotta do. Like of course, like responsibilities are responsibilities. If I sign a contract and it tells me to do certain things that I have to do, and I signed it, then yeah, I'm
Then
gonna do.
you have to do
yeah,
it,
then
bro.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that's my responsibility. Yeah, but I
Exactly.
signed that saying that okay, so what I'm do. But like I'm knowing that I want my space to do what I want to do, so I could build my name up too. Because
Exactly.
let's say the label like got bored or they found someone like that they think they're better or whatever, just because I don't know whatever reasons they have,
Yeah.
like you know whatever the reasons that the label has, and they just drop me. And then what happens to me? I'm left with nothing. You feel me? Like that's why I will never let someone take 100% of my control in my life. You know, like I'll give them 50,
Yeah.
but never 100. You know what I mean? Never more than 50 because I definitely want to have my thing going too.
Your own thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's crazy that you touched on contracts, bro. I didn't even think that was gonna come up. But for those, bro, that is an artist, bro, or is an engineer, or anywhere in the music industry, bro,
Yeah.
and they talk about contracts, right? Like, do you think it's important for those people to? What do you think is more important, bro? Like creating those relationship, bro, or just be like, you know what? You're behind a great label. I'm just gonna go ahead and trust you on that shit.
Creating relationships is always better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always better. It's gonna be difficult in some ways, only because let's say you sign to a label, yeah.
Yeah.
A label is gonna put you in positions faster than you would be on your solo.
Yeah.
But they could cut that and take that away from you real
Real
quick.
quick.
Real quick. And just blackball you. And now you're just gone in the dark and no one knows about you, you know? So you start back to
You're shelved.
Yeah,
You're
you're-
shelved.
exactly.
Yeah, you're shelved.
when you're building relationships, relationships could last a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, like depending on the relationship, yeah? So that's why I'm like, yeah, building relationships is always better. It's a longer haul, but the rewards is better in the long time. You know what I mean? Like, long term. So that's kind of how I see it. Building relationships is number one. Signing a label is nice. You know, it's nice. It just depends on who you're signing with.
Yeah.
And what the contract says. Yeah. But for me personally, what I experience building relationships is number one. Like I enjoy that. Like it feels good. You know. Like of course it comes with its downfalls.
Yeah.
You know, like because there's good days and there's bad days, just like any other hustle. You know, there's always good days and bad days. But at the end of the day, it's your will that like, hey, how much do I love this? You know, like how much do I want to show up every day at the studio? Like I love it. I do it every day. You know,
So-
like it's what I want. You know, like this is what I love. I don't want to go back to bodegas. I don't want to go back to construction.
Yeah.
Like I love this and I'm gonna take care of it like it's my baby. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that's how important it is to me. Like so every single. That's why like going back to when I said clients, I'm like, wait, why did I say that? Like artists because
Artists.
that's what I wanted to be as like they're my artists, they're not my clients. It's something that I want to build up and build up a sound with them and make sure they're straight, make sure I'm straight and keep everyone going up. You know what I mean? Like even if it's one step, you know, like that's fine. Better than going back, you know? Like as one step at a time and just grow from there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So building relationships 100%.
So for those that are trying to go in the music industry or engineering or artists, build the relationships
Yeah.
instead of finding a good brand and all that shit.
It's nice.
It's gonna be
It's
more
nice.
rewarding.
It's nice, yeah. Like if you're gonna get into that, cool. But don't give up 100%. You know, like
Yeah.
give them give them some like to say could be satisfied
Mm-hmm.
and happy, but do your thing too. You know, like do your thing. Like don't forget your peoples. You know, because that's what's gonna push you up even further as like authentically. You know, like when you sign to a label, like all these people, what happens? Like you're gonna desert them. Like you know what I mean? Like it don't work
Yeah.
like that. It don't work like that.
God damn.
Like, you gotta find a balance. You know, balance.
And that's what I've been hearing overall, bro. Like you do gotta find a balance between your life, bro, and then what you really want, bro. Because obviously, bro, this is just me. This is just my take, bro. I feel like the younger generation, bro, they just hear a label, bro, and they just automatically jump on it, and they don't think about like the long term, right? So what you were talking about exactly, bro. Like let's say you're signed to a label, right, and then all of a sudden it's done, bro, and there's just a new artist here who's a little bit bigger and better than you, and then they just drop you like that, and
I mean,
then
that's happened a lot of
Yeah.
times to a lot of artists. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you notice some artists like they're popping, and boom, done. There's this artist there's some time back. This is artist called Rory. He signed to this he was doing great independent. Like speaking of what we were speaking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was independent. He made this mixtape. It was amazing. Honestly, I can't think about the name of the mixtape off top, but his music was so different for the era that it was. Like it needed that time needed that type of sound. and it was just going. I remember the song is called God's Plan, I believe it, and it's not Drake.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say
Drake.
shout out to
I
Drake,
think
bro.
it's God's Plan. It was actually before he dropped that song.
Okay.
But he's more on like a hippie conscious vibe, but like it's very spiritual. I liked it for the
I got
time
you.
being, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then he made like Devil's Plan after that. But he pretty
that
much,
makes sense.
yeah, he like had both stories, yeah.
Yeah.
But he has like a cool little sound. So tell me why he's independent, doing a great job. Everyone's loving him. And then he says, like, even when he contradicted himself, he said, like, I'm never signed to a label. He signed to Atlantic Records. Tell me why he signs to Atlantic Records. They take down his mixtape from SoundCloud. It's like, oh, he gave up what he made, what blew him up. And he gave it up, and Atlantic Records now owns that. And it was like, what? Like, everything
What?
you were talking about, like, you just threw it out the window. Like, come on, bro. Like, and that one really hurt me because I'm like, damn, someone that I really was interested, like
Yeah.
her music, their style. And I was like, and he like spoke all of this and that, woo whoop. And I'm like, bro, you just literally switched over a contract, like, or whatever they gave you, like, what? And now you're not even moving no more, like, because you switched, like, you want to sign to a big label, and look what happened. They put you on the shelf because your album flopped. You know, it's like, so it's like, nah, I feel like I've said, build relationships, bro. Like,
It's way better.
too many artists are like losing themselves trying to sign because they have all the, well, think about it, like, the ups about signing is like you get the videos done, you get
Yeah.
the promotion done, you get
You get the
cover
contacts,
art,
bro. You get the
all of
network.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get the network. Yeah, off rip without you having to find people. So, because you know how it's hard to find connections that are consistent, that are solid, that are like that you could trust with your craft. Like, it's not easy to find a team, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
not easy, but like, I mean, bro, there's been great bands around the world. That's how every artist nowadays, because there's not as many bands popping like it used to, you know? Like,
Yeah.
back when we're talking about the 70s, you know, like the 70s, there's crazy bands going crazy. Now it's not the same. So now we got to see it like that. It's like your team is like a band, you know? You guys have to have the same schedule, have a routine, have to build up the vision, you know? So that's like how I see for every artist, they need to build up their band, you know, which is their team. You know, got to stay on the same page,
Yeah.
same mission statement, you know? Like, instead of, oh, you're the drums, you're the bass, you're the guitar, oh, you're the media, you're the video, you're the cover arts, you know what I mean? You're the engineer, you're the producer, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's similar, just different, you know? Like, we're in a different time, so.
No, but I can honestly agree with you, bro, that especially you as an engineer and producer, bro, it's definitely a gamble as well as artist, bro, because would you agree, bro, that you invest in people?
Yeah,
Right?
my time, yeah.
Yeah.
Because look, I actually had some crazy conversations about that. Like, okay, this is my full-time hustle. Yeah, this is how I pay my bills. This is how I pay my rent, all that stuff, my whip, whatever. Like, all this comes from straight music. So I had conversations like, oh, like, something about you is like, it's like you don't just do it. Something about you is like you don't just do this just for the bread. Like, you actually care about your craft. You're actually
Yeah.
trying to like build something. It's like, yeah, because it's not just that. Like, that's the long-term mentality that I have about this. You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to crash and burn, like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
So, going back to that, it's like, I feel like, wait, reverse a little bit. What was the question you asked right before that?
That you invest in people.
Yeah, so like, exactly, my bad. So the time you put into someone is not about paying my bills, bro. It's like, this time I'm never gonna have back as well as you. So like, the artists, we have an energy exchange. It's like they're here, they put their investment into their craft and into me in the business. So like, it's not just into themselves, into me. Like, so we're all going up slowly, you know? So it's like recycling itself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it. So it depends on what I use with it and what they use with it. The bread that they invest into like my business and the time that I invest, like my experiences, the sound, like my time taking into hearing like, oh, how's this bar? Like, how's this melody? Oh, can we move this chorus over here with this beat switch and then make a breakdown here after the chorus for a bridge?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like thinking like that to make the sound a little different. And to the camera, you could check out some of my sounds on lilboomroom.com,
There you go.
LILBOOMROOM.
Everything will be in the description, guys. Everything
Yeah,
will be in the
straight
description.
up. So you could
Yeah.
check out different sounds in there, different like artists that I have put up, and you could check more of their sounds. So you could get a sense of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't just do hip hop. I don't just do R&B. There's reggaeton.
All that.
Yeah, reggaeton. There's dark wave. Shout out Descar. He's freaking maniac with that sound, but I love it. Like he's a type where he's like, I have a Neumann TLM 103 in my booth.
Yeah.
He's like, he sees my talkback. I don't use a talkback out of like a no like the Apollo or anything. I use a SM58 and I connect it to the back of my Apollo and I use that as a second mic.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'll just unmute it and mute it, or use
Yeah.
the input monitoring. So he's like, hey, I want to use that mic right there. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you have a dope-ass mic in there? He's like, nah, trust. And I was like, all right, trust the process, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's do it, So he's like, amazing sound, bro. Like, how he used that mic, it sounds so live. Like, it sounds so good. And it's like this dark wave sound. Like, it's like grunge. Like, it's a great sound. I liked it.
General, what is a positive message that you would like to give to everybody, bro? That is in the industry or who's just going through tough times, bro, who just need to hear a message, bro. Like, what would that message be?
All right. I would say, like, literally don't give up on what you're doing.
That's a great message. Yeah.
Don't give up. Let's say we're talking about music. Don't
Yeah.
give up on your passion, on your craft. Don't matter if you're not getting as much love as you intended to have. Like, yeah, but like it's a building process, Like let's talk about the creatives, Like it's not easy to build up your name in a world where it's so saturated of like a whole bunch of creation from.
Yeah.
You can literally make a song off your phone now, Like I have
Yeah.
GarageBand in here, People have BandLab, like. So it's saturated, yeah? Watered down. So, like, don't feel because this industry's watered down that you can't build your name up and build something authentic off like, yourself, And then, like, people that's not as creative, like, same thing. Like, your family, your loved ones, like don't give up on, like, people who care about you. Love who love you,
Yeah.
Like, I literally talked to her about that earlier. Like, love who loves you. Like, that's where it's at. Because all of us are always we get lost and we start chasing things that's not even there. Like people, like we're always chasing some shit. Like at one point in our lives, yeah? We're chasing some shit, like chasing this high, chasing this like we want to feel love, like and be known and be like someone's interested in us. But like, bro, it's not like that. It's like love who loves you and build. Like literally that song J. Cole. Like J. Cole, I'm not a big fan of him as much as I used to. But like that Love Yours song.
Yeah,
that's
that one's
everything.
Hit. Yeah,
that's
that
everything.
Dope.
Like that's like
yeah.
a life lesson right there. Like if you ever feel some type of way about life, listen to
that song.
That shit's literally gonna humble you and center you, and be like, what am I doing? Like it's gonna give you clarity. So like, J. Cole, as mad as he was about that whole Florida wave that came out, and he was like dissing that Lil Pump and stuff. I was like, bro, let him have fun. Like why you gotta shit on the parade? But like him, he has quality work, like quality messages, like. Love Yours literally tells you like, love yours, literally. So whether you're creative, whether you're a family man, whatever you're doing, like to provide, or like, like whether you're single trying to find who you are, like don't miss that, like that journey that you have. That journey that you have is yours and yours only. Not your mom's, not your pa's, not your friends, not your girl. It's your journey alone. So don't give up on that shit because you're going to find things of you, sides of you never thought you had.
Exactly.
And that's why I told you, like, when I built up the studio over here, it's like I found things about myself that I never knew I had, that I was capable of. And, like, of course, like, I'm still growing and, like, building. And, like, I still look up to, like, great engineers like Dave Pensado, Alex Toomey, and Derek Ali. Like, those cats is, like, the next, like, well, I'm the next generation after them, like it's like that's how it goes. Like people go up, the next generation comes up, and the ones up here teaches the ones down here, and
the
it's
prodigies and all that.
The prodigies, exactly. So it's like, regardless of whether you're creative or you're just literally working 9 to 5, providing for your family, like don't give up on what you have and what you love and who loves you. Like take care of it, because there's nothing else out there. Like, if you want to live that rock star lifestyle and might not make it, go ahead. But let's see how nice it is, It's not it, bro. Like, so respect to all those people that are really pushing themselves to, like, be a better person in this world and trying to, like, love and trying to build a future, Because we need more people like that, we need people who actually care about this shit, who actually care about their peoples, who actually want to build a life with someone other than themselves, So yeah, that's probably the best I could give you with that.
That's
my
great,
message,
bro. I appreciate that, bro. And then, last but not least, bro, where can the people find you, bro?
So at Mixedbylalo Instagram, or at Lil Boom, that's the studio page. I got the website up, littleBoomroom.com. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm on. Mostly, I don't have no Facebook like that or Snapchat or some shit. Like, I just be on Instagram. And, like, I have a TikTok, too, but it's like Little Boom Room. But, yeah, I be low-key a lot, you know? Like, I'm more word of mouth. I'm trying to get more into marketing and advertisement, Google ads and all that to push.
Yeah.
That's another thing, you know? But, yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm Mixedbylalo at Little Boom Room. Follow that. Check out some of my work. LittleBoomroom.com. You can see, like, all the amenities and all that stuff that you can see about how the whole studio came around, how it was built, how it's powered. So you can get some more info on that for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're going to end up this podcast. We're going to end up this episode. Go ahead and follow me at Next Level OC. If you haven't followed me there, go ahead and follow my merch, Unborn Music Shop. And if you're interested in photography or any video shoots, go ahead and follow Unborn Music Productions. All the descriptions will be in down below. And Lalo, I appreciate it, man.
No, thank you for
stopping
having me,
by,
bro.
bro.
I appreciate you 100%.
Bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and having a drink with me.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you for having
And
a
if you
drink
guys
with me.
haven't followed them, go ahead and follow them now. Everything will be in the descriptions below. And we'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.
Ascaliti, she a 10, she a dime. She gon' treat the nigga like a horse and ride. Damn, Ascaliti throwing ass on that lie. She a real throat go, she always keep me satisfied.
Folded like a pretzel, put Kaliti on her back. Put the thumb in the ooh-wop, she make the pussy clap. Like 1 nut, 2 nut, 3 fuck back. Real niggas use skins, we don't fuck with the max.